everybody, I'm Kristi Simpson. Welcome to Leisure Arts with Teach Me Tuesday. I'm so excited to be here today as we kick off I Love Yarn Month. Usually they'll say I Love Yarn Day, but we're going to make it an entire month. And it's so exciting because that's what my favorite thing is, yarn. And if you know me, you know I love to crochet and knit and macrame and just craft everything. So I think I have a lot of people out there that will agree. So today we are going to be talking about color block blankets. And these are two books that I've done with Leisure Arts. And one is knit and one is crochet. So if you knit or crochet, you're in luck today. And I have my awesome husband here today helping me. So if you see me talking to somebody, that's who I'm talking to. Let me show you a little of the color block baby blankets for crochet. There are several in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them, and they're really colorful. Lots of yarn used. And if you want to enter for a giveaway for this, make sure you say hi, comment, tell me your favorite yarn color, all kinds of fun to go with I Love Yarn Month. So, color block baby blankets for crochet, and we'll go over the knit one in just a minute. We have, like I said, 6 designs. This one uses 9 colors, and it's made in panels and then sewn together. It's a lot of fun. It's a great way to use a lot of your scrap yarn. And then we have a subway tile, and we use the Whipstitch on this one. It's made completely different than the other one, but it is made in sections and then sewn together.
I just accidentally flipped it to me.
You just looked in there. Hi, everybody say hi. Okay, so then we have converging stripes. Now, if you like to do corner-to-corner blankets, this is the blanket for you because it's just made in small panels, and then you put a border around it, and then sew them together, and then you put a final border around it. So this one is a lot of fun, and it's very, very colorful. Then we have starburst motifs. And this one is a little bit different than, say, granny squares, but it's a lot of fun to make and very colorful. And if you like small projects, you know, making the small little squares, this is the one for you. Now, this one I made when I was thinking of my sweet little niece before she was born, or right as she was born. And her name is Tempe, and we call her Sweet Tea. And I was trying to design a blanket that looked like it had a little tea in it. So isn't that cute? But this is a fun little stripes of bloom, and it's just made in different sections. So you'll say start with this one and make a little block, then you'll add sections, and then you'll work along the edge and then work back up this way. It just uses 3 different colors, but it just looks like it's kind of complicated, but it's really not. Now this one is the metered square. It's just one, starts in one corner and goes to the other end. But it's really colorful as well. And if you don't know how to crochet, there are general instructions, and Leisure Arts has a million different options for learning to crochet. There's books and all kinds of stuff that you can check out. Then, if you are a knit person, I've got the next book, but let's see who's joined us today. Dee and Jan, hey guys, and then we've got Becky, all kinds of people. So make sure you're commenting and joining in if you want to win a copy of one of these crochet or knit color block blankets.
Flash up my face.
And
it's me going.
Yeah, if you missed it, my husband switched the camera back to him, and you'll see his little frightened, or his cute frightened face. Okay, so to the knit color block blankets. These are made in a similar fashion to the crocheted ones. They're made in sections and put together or worked in pieces together. And they're also colorful as we celebrate I Love Yarn Day. And we'll be celebrating all month long with Leisure Arts. Okay, so this one is bright chevrons. It is made in panels, and it reminded me of Legos. My kids, they're 11 and a half, the twins are, and they are absolutely, you know, Lego crazy. And these colors were inspired by them. So that's a lot of fun. So once you get the pattern down and you make the strip, then you just sew it together.
Leisure Arts say hello, Mr. Simpson.
Hi, Jason says hi. Embossed diamonds. So this one has a subtle diamond pattern in it. It's not like a huge color changing thing, but it does have sections added on to the end. So actually this blanket is made horizontally and then you add on the end vertically. Just something simple and a lot of fun to make. Now, if you like to try different knit stitches, this one is a stitch sampler. Has everything from lacy to cables and slip stitches. There's all kinds of fun stuff to try in this one. And then if you find one that you just like, you can make that one over and over and over and then seam it together. Let's see. See what everybody's on here. Oh, we got people from Arizona and thank you, Carol. She says, I think the metered crochet blanket is gorgeous. And it's very colorful. You can use all kinds of different yarns worsted, all different colors, or use the same color. I love using a lot of different colors. So then we have on this one berry stripes. It's solid and lacy. It's just worked in one section, but you get to try different blocks of stitches and colors. Then this one is ribbed. This one is made in two panels. One is vertical and then you add the horizontal onto it, but you also use a lot of different stitches. So it's a lot of fun to work with these because there's a lot going on and it's not just boring and using the same stitch over and over and over. This one is one of my favorites and I will tell you the secret behind this one. This one is called stripes and blocks. You're going to make the long panels first. And then on the side of each one, or two of them, you're going to make the horizontal, and it's just garter stitch, just knit, 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 back and forth. Now, this is one of the first knit books that I had done with Leisure Arts, and I actually had taught my daughter, my oldest daughter, to knit when she was a senior, as we homeschooled her, and so she actually was my stitch assistant for this blanket. And guess what ended up on the cover? Ta-da! This beautiful blanket, and it was so beautiful. I'm so proud. But it is great for all ages to make. And you can use scrap yarn, you name it. Hi, Samantha. I'm glad you joined us even though you say you're late. It doesn't matter. I'm glad you're here. Now this one's up and sideways stripes. This one is similar to the other one that's worked in two sections. You're going to make the vertical and then you add the horizontal. So there's a lot that you can do with knit. And I'm always inspired by like crochet stuff because you can, in crochet it's a little bit more freeform and you can pick up stitches on the end a lot more. And so I was inspired by doing different things that you might not normally see in knit. This one's called tricolor blocks. And it is just that. This one's really easy. It is made with just a few colors, and you're going to take and make 3 color stripe blocks, and then you're going to sew them together and add solid panels in between. And all of the shopping list instructions are in here, and everything you need to know. Now this one is probably one of my favorite in the book. It's called 2 color blocks. Just look at the colors. Isn't it pretty? So pretty. My sister almost took that one from me because she liked it so much. So also this one has all of the general instructions for gauge, the knit techniques, any decreasing, any special things that you need to know. It's in here as well as the yarn information. So make sure you comment if you want one of these books. Enter a giveaway, enter to win. So today, as a demo, I'm going to show you 2 techniques that you can use in crochet and that you can use in knit. I'm going to show you the whip stitch, which is how I join most of the panels, and then I'm going to show you the invisible seam, which will take 2 panels, put them side by side, and it'll look like they're just laying next to each other without any seaming. And so we're going to flip the camera, and I'm going to show you that, and I'll be right back. I already have my panels made, so as we begin here, we're going to say we have some motifs. Okay, I have a couple of, you know, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What shape is that? I don't know. Hexagon, I think. We'll say it's hexagon because octagon is 8. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do the invisible seam first, okay? See how you have teardrop stitches, and if it's knit on the ends, yours will look the same. Okay, in between the stitches is this little bar, you see? Okay, and it kind of disappears whenever you pull it back. But that's what we're going to work on. Yeah, Jason just confirmed it's hexagon. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start on one of these seams like this. And I am using a contrasting color, and the cool thing is with the invisible seam you're not going to see it anyway, but if you're working on a project you may want to go ahead and use the same color just to be sure everything hides well. Okay, now on the opposite side we're going to find the same stitch and we're going to go under as well. Same thing. Okay, and you can see it's kind of in between right now. Now on the other side, we're going to go into the next one, and I'm going to leave it loose for just a second before we pull it taut. And see how I got under that bar? And then on the other side again. Now whenever you get a couple done, you're going to take and pull the string. Kind of lay it sideways. Get these out of the way. And then you just kind of pull it tight. And then ta-da! See how it disappears? I'll do a couple more. Now I didn't line these up exactly perfect, but you would want to make sure that you have them lined up pretty evenly for your project. I can't wait to go back and find where he's flipped the, the video. Okay. Okay, now we did a few more, and you can still see where I've been working. I haven't been pulling it tight yet. And you can do the same. That way it doesn't pull it too tight, but then whenever you get to a certain part, you're going to want to go ahead and adjust it. And then see how that just disappears. And it looks like your two seams are laying side by side. And like I suggested before, you can pull a little bit tighter. You may want to use the same color, and that's the back. Okay, so that is the invisible seam. Now what we'll do is we'll find my scissors. I'll back out of this really fast. There we go. I got it. Okay, now we're going to take and we're going to do the whip stitch. Now this is most commonly used, and you can do this crochet and knit, as I said before. Now this is the right side of each of my project, okay? Now I will work from the back side just because I like the look of the whip stitch when it's worked on the back side whenever you see it on the front. Got all kinds of stuff on here, sorry. Okay, so what you'll do is you're going to start on one side. I'm sorry, let's start over. Hold the pieces together where the stitches line up. Okay? And this one's so easy. Okay, so you go through, and you'll want to make sure that you secure it. So go through the same one, and make sure you leave a long enough tail on the end so that you can weave it in. And then you're going to go the same direction every time. Get that one out of the way. Just go from one stitch to the other. Now you can use double thread to make it tighter, and it will also give it a little bit different texture and look. Or you can just wrap it around twice. Now a different way to do it, to give it a little bit different look, is to use the outside loops. See, like here's the outside and here's outside. So this would be your front loop, and this would be the back loop of this. And what that would do, let's do a couple, and then I'll show you the right side. Show you the difference. Okay, so we worked under both of the stitches for these, and then we worked on the outside loops on each side for that one. So let's look at the right side here, and you can see where it goes all the way across, and then you can see on this one where the loops are still on the outside because we only worked with the inside ones. And we can pull it a little bit tighter so it almost hides the yarn. So if you use the same color as your work, this would be more hidden, but you can use a contrasting color for fun. But this is the whip stitch, and we use both stitches, and then on this one we use the outside stitch. So that is 2 cool ways that you can join your projects together or use them in the color block blankets that I have shown you so far. So let's flip it back around and we will review what we have done today. Okay, we're back. And we are here kicking off I Love Yarn Day, which we will be celebrating all month long with Leisure Arts. So make sure you have commented. I will draw later today, so if you watch this later, you can still jump in. For the color blocks crochet or the color block knits, let me know which one you would like. Or tell me what your favorite yarn is. Just comment and say hi, and we will draw for that later today. But I thank you so much for being here. I'm not sure what's going on next week, but I'm sure it'll be full of yarn goodness. And let's see who all has joined and said hi before we leave. South Carolina. Yes, the blankets are portable because they're made mostly in sections. All right, so yeah, Dee said, yeah, your hubby made a camo appearance. Cameo. I'm trying to multitask here. Anyway, again, thank you for joining me here. Make sure you join Leisure Life on Thursday at 4 and Teach Me Tuesdays every Tuesday at 4. So until then, see you later.